last part of Mariage d'Amour. Woohoo! We have only 2 measures on page 9. 2 lines on page 9, which consists of 3 measures. So it's short, but there are some tricky bits. So if you remember on page 8, we will have just finished our 16th note section with 2 hands. So it sounds like this. And that's the end of the 8th page. Now we're going into the 9th page. So the right hand will play D, which is 3 Ds above middle C. The left hand will be on D, directly above middle C. The right hand is playing technically a whole note, which will be held for the entire measure. But practically speaking, the pedal can hold it so that your right hand can help with the 16th notes that your left hand is about to start. Technically also the first D that your left hand plays is also held, but again you can kind of let the pedal do that while you worry about the 16th notes. So then after the D's, your left hand will play 2 finger A above that, thumb D above that, cross your 3 finger to F sharp above that, then your right hand can come down and help. It will play the A above middle C, which is lower than the F sharp you just played with your left hand. A, 2 finger D, 3 finger F sharp, cross your thumb up to A, 2 finger C, 3 finger D, 4 finger or 5 F sharp, then 2 finger D, back down, and then little finger A above that, 3 finger F sharp, and then get ready with both hands. We're going to play some D's. So the right hand is playing a chord. It's playing D, 3 D's above middle C with your thumb, and the D above that with your little finger together. And then your left hand will play D directly above middle C at the same time. Then the D chord actually is tied to another quarter note, so it's held. And then while the pedal is holding that, your right hand is going to sneak down and play an F sharp chord, F sharp octave chord, along with another sounding of the D above middle C by your left hand. So the right hand's playing F sharp above middle C with the thumb, and F sharp above that with the little finger. Play it with the D on the left hand. So that's how you can sneak in and do another chord, because the pedal is holding your tied D chord. Now, technically it says to roll the F sharp chord, which means start at the bottom note and then kind of play that one first and then the upper note. So if you roll it, it will sound like this. Okay, I played the D and then I played the 2 F sharps, one right after the other. So the whole first measure sounds like this. We're going to scooch the right hand up just 1 note. It's going to play a G octave chord, rolled. So this is the G above middle C with your thumb, and the G above that with your little finger. While the left hand will also start on a G. Now if you look at the music, you will notice it says play an octave below what's written. So what's written would be the G below middle C, but they want an octave below that. So 2 G's below middle C. The right hand chord, the rolled G chord, is a half note, so it's held for half the measure, while your left hand plays some 16th notes. So let's start off with the G's. Then the left hand will go to 2 finger D above that, thumb on G, cross the 3 finger to B flat. Then you'll notice you're no longer under the play an octave below what's written, so you're back to regular treble clef. So you can do your thumb on D, that's the D directly above middle C. Then I would just remove your right hand from the keyboard, so you'll have room to play the rest of the 16th notes. You can cross your 3 finger over to G above that, G above middle C, 2 finger A, thumb B flat. Then your left hand has an 8th rest, while your right hand is going to play D, 3 Ds above middle C. It's an eighth note. And then comes another of the little parts where the composer has both hands playing the same notes for a little bit. So both hands are written to play G. This is 2 G's above middle C. And then they're both supposed to play B flat above that. Then we finally get our own notes, but it's a little crossed. Your right hand will be playing C. This is 2 C's above middle C. I use my 2 finger. Then your left hand will be playing the D above that. 3 D's above middle C. And then, so they're right next to each other. I'd play that with my thumb. So you have to play those notes right next to each other, with the right hand playing the note C, and the left hand playing the note D right above that. Then your right hand gets to play the D that your left hand just played, while your left hand gets to play G. This is 2 G's above middle C. You can play that with your little finger. Then we go back to the D and the C right next to each other. Technically, right hand playing the C, left hand playing the D. Play those together. Then both hands are supposed to play the same B flat below that again. So this whole measure is going to sound like this. Then we go the same notes. Same notes again. And then we are on the last measure of the song. So this one has your right hand basically staying where it was at. Your little finger will be playing G. This is, let's see, 3 G's above middle C. And then your left hand will be playing D. This is, it's going to be 3 D's above middle C. So here we go. Then the left hand is a half note, so it's held for half the measure. But you can basically just take your hand off the keyboard, let the pedal hold it while your right hand finishes with some 16th notes. Your right hand will go on to thumb on G below that, which is 2 G's above middle C. Then 2 finger B flat. You could play the D with your 3 finger, or you could cross your thumb under and play it with the thumb. So that's the D. Then 2 finger on that G above that, 3 finger A, 4 finger B flat, 5 finger C. Then the final chord we're going to play is a 4-note chord. G on the bottom. This is 2 G's above middle C. 2 finger B flat, 3 or 4 finger playing D above that, and the little finger playing G above that. So it's basically an octave chord with a couple more notes stuck in the middle. It is rolled, so you'll roll all 4. You'll start at the bottom and go to the top. It'll sound like, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Your left hand, while this is going on, is supposed to be playing the G above middle C with your little finger, and technically it's supposed to be playing the G above that with the thumb. But you'll notice your right hand is already playing that note. So really you're just playing the lower G while your right hand plays the rolled chord. And that is the end of Mariage d'Amour. Let me play that last measure for you all together. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be here. The final chord.